So now that we know what polynomials are, we're going to do some operations with them. We're going to add and subtract first, and then we're going to multiply. We're going to save division for a little later because division of polynomials is really something called factoring. So let's read over this. Adding and subtracting, the first thing you need to know are terms. Each monomial is a term. So in this first polynomial that we're given, there are 4 different terms. You can only add or subtract terms that are alike, or like terms, and they have to have the exact same variables and exponents. So just because something looks similar, like these two, we cannot add them. The first one has 2 x's and 1 y. Second one has 1 x and 2 y's. Cannot add them together. So let's find the like terms. Does anything match up with 5x cubed? You're looking for other x cubes. And we have this one and this one. Even though this 5x cubed y and 14x cubed y have x cubes in them, they have that extra y, so we can't combine them. But we can combine those two things together. 5x cubed y, 14x cubed y. Any other of those? Alright. So on the next one, let's do 5x squared y. Well, it says an x squared and a y. Just that one. And then we have some plain old x's, 26x and 16x. We could combine those. And then finally, the very last one. Even though 25 27th is a fraction, these two could be combined because they're just regular plain old numbers. They are like terms. Hopefully that's nothing new. So let's do some addition. When adding these, you can do it horizontally or vertically. So you could just think about my like terms here. I have 5x cubed and 8x cubed. We can add those together to get 13x cubed. And then I have some x squared. So I have 37x squared minus 1x squared. So I end up with only 36 of them. And then just plain old x's. I have negative 2 x's plus 1x. Add that up, I get negative 1x. And then finally, my plain old numbers. I have negative 34, and I'm going to take away 12 more. So that's going to give me negative 46. So this is horizontally. We kept everything level. The other thing you can do is like old school addition when we were kids, and stack everything up. I have 5x cubed plus 37x squared minus 2x minus 34. And I want to add 8x cubed minus 1x squared plus x minus 12. And then you can keep everything in nice little rows. These are your numbers, so add them up. Then you have your x's, and then you have your x squareds, and then your x cubes. You can see it will definitely get the same answer. This is vertically. Just depends on which one makes the most sense to you. But here's our answer. The next one says, some polynomial additions require a reorganization and some placeholders if you're working vertically. So I'm going to do this one vertically just to show you that. So I'm going to start rewriting this. I have 2x to the 4th minus x cubed. And if you look, my next term is just regular plain old x. So I have no x squared, but I'm going to leave a place for him. So it'd be like plus 0x squared, because I don't have any. And then I have 4x, and then minus 34. And I want to add the next one, 8x cubed. So if I want everything to fall in a row, my 8x cubed is going to have to go here. And my negative x squared is going to have to go here. And there's nothing here, so we could leave ourselves zeros if we wanted to. Or we could just not put anything there, since it is 0. And then let's add down. So negative 34 minus 0 is going to give me negative 34. 4x plus 0x is going to give me 4x. 0x squared minus an x squared is going to give me negative x squared. And then I have negative x cubed plus 8x cubed. So this ends up being 7x cubed. And then we're not doing anything with our 2x to the 4th. So here is our answer. And if you were to do this horizontally, you wouldn't really have to leave placeholders. Just be careful who you're combining. Don't just automatically combine the first two terms because they're first. Make sure that they are alike before you combine them. So that's all for addition. Let's do some subtraction. Subtraction is the one that people tend to mess up on. We've technically already done this back in the day. It was actually on your final exam that you took not too long ago, and this was one of the questions that a lot of people got wrong. So remember that we are taking this polynomial and we are subtracting this polynomial. So basically what we have to remember is there's a negative 1 in front of here that needs to get distributed to all of these things, because I don't want positive 5x cubed. I want to subtract 5x cubed. And I don't want negative 6x squared. I want to subtract a negative 6x squared, which makes it positive. I want to subtract 4x. And then I want to subtract a negative 11, which is really the same thing as adding 11. Then we still have all this stuff. 4x cubed plus 7x squared minus 10x plus 5. No need to distribute anything here because there's no number in front of here. We don't need to worry about it. And now it goes back to combining things that are alike. I have 4x cubed minus 5x cubed, so that gives me negative 1x cubed. And then my x squareds, I have 7 plus 6 more, which is 13x squared. Negative 10x. Minus 4 more x's leaves me with negative 14x. And then finally 5 plus 11, I get 16. And we're done. And you are also done with tonight's note.